Who gets to be a refugee in Trump's America? 59 white South Africans have arrived in Washington, D.C. on a US-sponsored flight after the Trump administration granted them refugee status and an expedited path to citizenship.
Welcome! Welcome to the United States of America.
That makes them currently the only group in the world that can apply for asylum in the US. With one of his first executive orders, Trump suspended the refugee admissions program, blocking hundreds of thousands of applicants, including from war zones like Gaza, Sudan, Ukraine, and other places. But now his administration is paying to fly white South Africans to the US. The new arrivals, who are from the white Afrikaner minority, say they are victims of anti-white racism in South Africa, a claim echoed by President Trump and his South African-born advisor Elon Musk. Afrikaners are South Africa's largest white group and led the apartheid government, which enforced harsh racial segregation for nearly 50 years, until it ended in 1994.
It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed.
But South Africa's government and human rights groups say there's no evidence of targeted genocide against white farmers, and that Trump and Musk have mischaracterized a small number of violent attacks. Data shows that between 2020 and 2024, 225 people were killed on farms in South Africa. But the majority of victims were workers on the farms, who tend to be black, not the owners, who tend to be white.
They're basing their claims essentially on a fiction that white South Africans are being targeted, that white South Africans are disadvantaged by the new dispensation, and that they have a direct fear that they're being targeted in one way or another. Of course, their privileges of the past have been diminished somewhat, but by no means are they disadvantaged by South African standards. And so what we're seeing is, in fact, a claim based almost entirely on a fiction and on random incidents.
Meanwhile, the Episcopal Church has turned down the government's request to help resettle the 59 South Africans, as it's done for decades with refugees in the US, citing its commitment to racial justice.